Have you ever looked down at your breakfast plate and thought, is this helping me stay healthy or slowly working against me? At our age, that simple question matters more than ever. After 60, every bite we take becomes part of the bigger picture, not just of how we feel today, but of how strong our heart stays for the years ahead. You know, it's funny when we were younger. We could skip breakfast, grab a donut on the go, or sip only coffee until noon, and somehow get through the day. But after 60, things change. Our energy dips quicker. Is this really doing anything for me? Because it just might be doing more than you know. Let's start with that humble bowl of oats. Not the sugary packets, but the real stuff, plain rolled oats. Steel-cut oats, or even overnight oats you prep the night before. Oats are rich in something called soluble fiber, which acts like a sponge inside your digestive system. It soaks up excess cholesterol and helps your body flush it out before it gets a chance to clog your arteries. And when you keep your cholesterol in check, your heart gets to breathe easier. That morning bowl of oatmeal, it's not just breakfast, it's heart protection on a spoon. Add a few slices of banana for potassium, sprinkle in some cinnamon for flavor and blood sugar support. How about this instead? A slice of whole grain toast with mashed avocado and a soft-boiled egg on top. Sounds simple, right? But it's a heart-loving powerhouse. Avocados are rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, the kind that actually helps reduce the bad cholesterol and raise the good one. They're also full of potassium and magnesium, which help regulate blood pressure. And the egg? It's packed with protein, and recent research has shown that for most people, eggs don't negatively affect heart health the way we once feared. Let me tell you a little story. There's a woman I know named Linda. She's 68, full of life, and never misses her morning avocado toast. A few years ago, her doctor warned her that her cholesterol levels were creeping up. Instead of panicking, she made one change. She switched from sugary cereals to that simple avocado toast each morning. And just like that, her numbers started improving. Not because she gave up everything she loved, but because she gave her body what it needed most. And here's the thing, it's not just about avoiding heart disease. It's about waking up each day with energy. It's about being able to play with your grandkids without needing to sit down every 5 minutes. It's about walking up the stairs without your chest tightening. It's about freedom, and freedom starts with fuel. So the next time you're reaching for the same old breakfast, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is this giving me life or just filling time? Because the beauty of aging isn't just in the wisdom we've gained, but in the choices we still get to make every day, every morning, every meal. And those choices don't have to be drastic. You don't need to throw out everything in your kitchen or go vegan overnight. You just need to swap out the foods that silently strain your heart for the ones that gently support it. The kind that make your arteries smile, your energy soar, and your doctor raise an eyebrow and say, "What have you been doing lately?" Now imagine tomorrow morning. You wake up. The sunlight's creeping through the curtains, the coffee's brewing, and you head into the kitchen. You've got those oats ready to warm up, or that fresh avocado waiting to be sliced. And as you eat, you know this isn't just another breakfast. This is you taking charge. This is you saying, "I'm not done living, I'm just getting started." Let's keep that momentum going. The beautiful thing about this chapter of life is that we finally have the time and often the desire to take better care of ourselves. Not out of fear, but out of love. Love for life, for our families, for ourselves. And breakfast is one of the gentlest, most powerful ways to do that each day. Now, let's talk about another morning meal that your heart will thank you for. A good, old-fashioned berry smoothie. But not just any smoothie. I'm talking about one made with real, whole ingredients. A cup of frozen or fresh berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Inflammation is like rust inside our body, slowly damaging the arteries, and berries. They're nature's answer to that. Toss in a handful of spinach, trust me, you won't taste it. And your choice of heart-friendly milk, maybe almond, oat, or low-fat dairy. Blend it all together and sip slowly, like a morning ritual. It's amazing how something so quick and easy can be so healing. I know a man named Harold 74, former truck driver, strong as a bull, but had his first scare with heart disease 2 years ago. His daughter convinced him to swap out his morning sausage biscuit for a smoothie just like this. He rolled his eyes at first. "That's rabbit food," he said. But now, he swears by it. Says it gives him energy all morning and, according to his doctor, it's helped keep his blood pressure more stable than ever before. Sometimes the biggest changes come from the smallest shifts. It doesn't have to be a whole diet overhaul. Just a few smart tweaks, one breakfast at a time. And speaking of small changes with big rewards, let's talk about something many people overlook. It's like giving your heart a suit of armor. Almonds and walnuts, in particular, are rich in unsaturated fats, fiber, and plant sterols compounds that help lower bad cholesterol. And chia seeds? Just sprinkle some over yogurt, oatmeal, or even fruit. No fuss, just fuel. One woman I spoke with, Marjorie, said she started doing this after reading a magazine article in her dentist's office. She used to skip breakfast, claiming she just wasn't hungry in the morning. But after she added a yogurt bowl with nuts and fruit into her routine, not only did her blood pressure drop, her mood lifted too. She said, "It's like giving myself a little gift each morning." And that's exactly what it is, a gift of nourishment, care, and vitality. There's a quiet strength in routines like this. They're not flashy. They won't go viral on social media. But they quietly protect you, day after day, week after week. That's the kind of consistency the heart loves. Now let me ask you, when's the last time you sat down to a warm bowl of vegetable soup for breakfast? I know, it might sound odd at first. But in many parts of the world like Japan, Korea, or Vietnam, savory breakfasts are the norm. And they're often lighter on sugar, higher in fiber, and packed with heart-protective ingredients. A simple miso soup with seaweed and tofu. A broth with cabbage, carrots, and a soft-boiled egg. Or even a clear vegetable soup with barley or brown rice. These meals hydrate you, nourish your gut, and provide a gentle start to your day without the blood sugar spikes. More importantly, they're full of minerals like potassium and magnesium that help your heart regulate its rhythm and blood pressure. If the idea feels strange, you don't have to make a full leap. Try adding a small bowl of soup alongside your usual toast or eggs. See how your body responds. Sometimes it's the unexpected things, the ones we never thought of before, that make the biggest impact. What all these breakfasts have in common, whether it's a smoothie, yogurt bowl, avocado toast, or veggie soup, is that they're rooted in whole, natural foods. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme. Just food the way nature intended it to be. Food that gives your heart the nutrients it needs to keep beating strong, not just today, but for all the mornings still ahead of you. And let me tell you this, it's never too late. No matter what your breakfasts have looked like in the past, whether they were skipped, sugary, or straight from a drive-through window, every new morning is a new chance, a new plate, a new promise to yourself. This is your time, your moment to choose energy over exhaustion, clarity over brain fog. And I think you'll love what's coming next. Some of the best ideas are still waiting for you. You know, when you reach a certain age, maybe it's 60, maybe 70, breakfast stops being just about food. I know what you might be thinking. Beans? For breakfast? But hear me out. In places like the Mediterranean, Latin America, and parts of Asia, beans aren't reserved just for lunch or dinner. A small bowl of black beans, chickpeas, or lentils paired with whole grains like brown rice, barley, or quinoa can be a warm, filling, and incredibly heart-smart way to start your day. Beans are loaded with plant-based protein, fiber, potassium, and magnesium, all nutrients known to lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation in the arteries. They also keep you full longer, which helps prevent snacking on processed or sugary foods later in the day. When paired with whole grains, they provide complete proteins, stabilize your blood sugar, and support long-term energy. And it's one of the only daily medicines we take with a smile. Now, before we wrap up, let's not forget one last breakfast idea, one that combines simplicity with a nutritional punch. A fresh fruit and nut bowl. There's something beautiful about keeping things simple. A handful of sliced apples, a few wedges of orange, a small bunch of grapes, maybe a few chunks of melon. Fruits like apples, berries, oranges, and pears are high in polyphenol compounds that protect your blood vessels and improve circulation. The nuts add healthy fats. And the yogurt brings calcium and probiotics to support digestion and lower blood pressure. This kind of breakfast is perfect for warmer mornings or for days when you want something light, yet energizing. I always say don't underestimate the power of nature's simplest gifts. They've kept humans strong for generations before us, and they're still doing it today. Now let's take a moment and look at the bigger picture, shall we? Over these last few mornings we've spent together, we've explored simple, joyful breakfasts that protect your heart. Oatmeal topped with fruits and seeds, avocado toast with eggs, smoothies loaded with berries and greens, hearty yogurt bowls, warm vegetable soups, and even beans and whole grains. Not a single one requires you to go on a strict diet. Not a single one demands perfection. They just ask for consistency and a little curiosity to try something new. And here's the truth I want you to take to heart literally. You are not powerless when it comes to aging. You are not a passenger just along for the ride. Every choice you make still matters. What you eat, how you move, the way you start your day, it all adds up. Especially after 60. You are not too old to change. You are not too late to feel better. And you are absolutely not too far gone to start protecting your heart starting tomorrow morning, right at your kitchen table. So try it. Just one thing. Pick the breakfast that sounds the easiest, the tastiest, the most you. Make it tomorrow. Then do it again the next day. Before you know it, it won't feel like effort, it'll feel like home, like comfort, like your new normal. And while we're here together, I'd love to hear from you. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Have you tried any of these ideas before? Is there one that surprised you? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and your stories inspire not just me, but everyone in this beautiful community of wise, vibrant, and heart-strong individuals. If this video gave you even one idea that felt helpful, I'd be so grateful if you click that like button. It really does help spread this message to others who need it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss another simple tip that can help you live better, stronger, and longer. Because here's the thing, aging isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. You've come so far. And your best mornings? They're not behind you. They're just one heart-healthy breakfast away. So here's to you. To waking up with purpose. To eating with intention. To moving forward one delicious, nourishing bite at a time. You've got this. And I'm cheering you on every single day. If there's one thing life teaches us as we grow older, it's this: small things can carry enormous power. A quiet moment in the morning, a kind word from a loved one, a short walk outside, or even a bowl of breakfast. When we think about protecting our heart, we often imagine big gestures, medications, surgeries, complicated diets, or gym routines we dread. But so often, it's the everyday habits, the ones we build slowly, gently, and with love that make the biggest difference. And breakfast, believe it or not, is one of those habits. Because it's not just about what goes on your plate. It's about what happens to your life when you nourish your body with care. You begin to feel stronger, steadier. Your energy doesn't crash halfway through the morning. Your moods become lighter. And slowly, but surely, your numbers, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar start heading in the right direction. It's amazing what a little intention can do. You see, we didn't talk about these 6 breakfasts today just because they're healthy. We talked about them because they're doable. They're sustainable. They taste good. They don't require fancy equipment or a nutrition degree. You can start with what's already in your kitchen. Maybe tomorrow morning you stir up a bowl of oats. Top it with banana and cinnamon, and take 5 minutes just to enjoy the quiet. Or maybe you toast a slice of whole grain bread, mash up that avocado, crack an egg. Your heart still responds to care. Your body still wants to thrive. And with the right nourishment both in food and in mindset, you can live with energy, clarity, and joy. My memories yet to be made, it all matters. Because it does. And while we focus today on the physical heart, the muscle that beats 100,000 times a day to keep us alive, let's not forget the emotional heart, too. The one that holds our hopes, our stories, our love. Taking care of one helps the other. When you eat in a way that protects your body, your spirit feels stronger. When you start the day with intention, the rest of the day often follows with more grace. I know life gets busy. I know some mornings feel rushed, or slow, or heavy. But even in those moments, you can choose something small. A piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, a quiet tea with honey and lemon. Let breakfast meet you where you are. Let it become a ritual that brings comfort, steadiness, and care. And maybe, just maybe, as the weeks go by, you'll notice something beautiful. Walking feels easier. Sleep comes more peacefully. That morning checkup with your doctor? It brings better news. Not because you did anything dramatic, but because you simply decided, I'm going to treat my heart like it's worth protecting. Because it is. Before we close, I want to thank you truly for spending this time with me. Your willingness to learn, to reflect, and to try something new is what makes you extraordinary. You are part of a generation that still has so much wisdom to share, laughter to enjoy, and life to live. If this video has inspired you even just a little, I'd love it if you clicked that like button and shared it with someone you care about. Maybe a sibling, a neighbor, a friend who could use a fresh start at breakfast. You never know how one small idea can change someone's path. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We've got so many more conversations to have about energy, movement, joy, aging with purpose, and living a vibrant life no matter the number on the calendar. And lastly, tell me in the comments. So here's to you, to mornings filled with warmth, to plates filled with goodness, to hearts that keep beating strong because of the love and attention we give them. You are not just surviving. You are thriving. And it all starts with how you rise and what you choose to rise with. Here's to your health. Here's to your heart. Here's to the life you're still beautifully building, one breakfast at a time.